4,800 jobs, which the government claims goes to residents. However, in the same quarter, the number of PRs that were granted is more than 4,800. And in order to become a PR in Singapore, you need to have jobs. So these 4,800 jobs that Singapore government said did not go to foreigners, does it mean that they are going to permanent residents? Because the Singapore government don't consider permanent residents as foreigners. And if all the jobs are going to foreigners and to PRs, then the people are saying that I need to go and work to get jobs and pay this $18,500 to the AGC. What kind of job is the government leaving for Singaporeans?
My friends, I make this personal plea to you. I was Hui Hui's lawyer and the lawyer for the 5 other applicants in the vaccine case that went to the High Court. I have already explained in the 2 previous videos why that was a very courageous step taken by Hui Hui and why it is important. You can see for yourself today. You just go onto social media. You just see the amount of material and articles being produced about how angry citizens all over the world are over this vaccine mandate. The casualties now, the mounting casualties, all right? And I have said this, and I knew this was going to happen. This year and in the coming years, you are going to see a plethora of litigation over the vaccine. Yeah, when people finally wake up to what they have been forced into, all right? Now, Hui Hui did a very courageous thing in taking on the judicial review challenge. We failed, but it does not matter because I am telling you, her application together with the 5 others is not going to be the last. Now, you helped me a lot when I defended Leong Zihian, Terry Su in the defamation cases. We lost those cases, but we crowdfunded. And you know, every single cent of Zihian and Terry Su's damages and legal costs were paid for, donated by the public. As was Roy Neng. Roy Neng, I think, was still short of about 146,000. And he jumped onto Zihian's bandwagon and he raised that within a week. My friends, I ask you to do the same for this very brave young lady here. All right? Do not allow anything to happen to her because this money cannot be paid. We have until the 25th of January to produce that. Chinese New Year is coming. I ask you to give her a big angpao. Open up your wallet and donate and make sure she clears this. It is unfortunate in Singapore that an unsuccessful litigant has to pay the Attorney General costs for raising a matter of public interest. All right? And one of the grounds we went to court on was that this vaccine doesn't prevent transmission. MOH had a different story. They wheeled out an expert who said, no, the data shows this, it does prevent transmission. You know what? It has now come out in the European Parliament, Pfizer admitting they never tested the vaccine to prevent transmission.
Hui Hui, back to the meaningless answer in Parliament about households owning 2 or more cars. You hit it right on the nail. Never break down the households into what percentage are HDB, condo and landed. Let me give you the numbers. 78.3% of resident households HDB, 4.9% landed, 16.5% condo. So once you crunch the numbers, the meaningless answer that is about the same across the 3 types, once you crunch the numbers becomes landed has 16 times more households earning 2 or more cars than HDB. And condo have 5 times more people owning 2 cars than HDB. Yet another meaningless statistic. Before we started, Hui Hui, you telling me about some nurse suing something, right? Tell us what's happening.
So in Singapore, like what was previously mentioned, the court actually said that we are not allowed to submit evidence after 31st December. And the reason why is because the statistics proves that being unvaccinated is actually better than being vaccinated, which the government keep on asking people to take the vaccine in order to show that the world we are very good, we are first class, the government is so kind and generous to give us the vaccine. However, a lot of people suffer vaccine side effects from it, and one of them is even the SGH nurse, who is now suing, and it has appeared in the news that they are fighting over a monthly sum of $1,500. And the court actually ruled that because of her taking the vaccine, she lost her job because she became wheelchair bound. So how many people actually lost their job because they suffer from vaccine side effects? How many people lost their ability to walk? And how many people died as well? Recently, there are young teenagers dying because of the COVID vaccine, but then they are being brushed off as other cases. And then there are even internet brigade trying to say that people are dying not because of the COVID vaccine. Young people in Singapore are dying because they choose to commit suicide. Really? So our suicide rate will increase this year? In fact, statistically in 2021, suicide rate among the youth, which are among the teenagers aged 10 to 19, went on a high of 112 a year. Which means almost every day, every few days, alternate days, some teenagers are out there committing suicide and literally just die. So why is Singapore such a society whereby our youngs are dying like this? Not only they are dying because they serve NS, they are dying because they choose to commit suicide because they can't see a future in Singapore. What kind of government is Singapore, is PAP being, that youth in Singapore choose to die than to actually survive and vote?
Okay, thank you very much for watching this third live with Lim Tian and Han Hui Hui. We have to end now because the owner of this place has to go for a reunion. If we go on, she'll probably end up having dessert only and no dinner. So thank you very much.
Thank
Send
you.
us your comments, send us your questions. Bye-bye.
Good evening.
See you. And on 25th January, we will keep you updated on what's going to happen. And it will all depend on the AGC. So the AGC claim that they are watching all this video. So the AGC, the ball is in your court. Everything is up to you, what you want us to do. And if you want to watch more video, remember to like, follow and subscribe. We will see you after Chinese New Year, regardless of whether we raise the 22K or not. See you. Bye-bye.